Everyone, welcome to another live stream on YouTube at Sports Bonanza John and on Kick Sports Kick John. Game 2 of the series between the Tigers and the Yankees tonight. Preview this game in a moment. First of all, let's pray. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for looking over us, Lord, and look over these players and fans. Please keep everyone safe tonight and continue to look over us and do your will among us, Lord. As I ask and pray this in your name. Amen. All right, Tigers and Yankees. Tigers took the opener of this series 7-3. Despite that, it's been a disaster of first half of the season for Detroit. They come in 36-49 on the season. Yankees come in 48-36 on the year. Pitching matchup in this one tonight, Tarek Skubal, the Tigers ace, heads to the mound. He'll be taking on Cam Schlittler on the Yankees. Little late jumping on here, so let's get right into the starting batting order. First for the Detroit Tigers. Leading off and playing third base will be Kevin McGonigal. Batting second and catching for the Tigers, Dylan Dingler. Hitting third and playing right field is Kerry Carpenter. In the cleanup spot will be the left fielder, Riley Green. Batting fifth and DHing tonight for the Tigers, Colt Keith. Batting sixth and playing first base, Spencer Torkelson. In the seventh spot is shortstop Zach McKinstry. Batting eighth and playing center field for the Tigers tonight is James Outman. And hitting ninth and playing second base is Hao-Yu Lee. So again, the starting batting order for the Tigers: McGonigal, Dingler, Carpenter, Green, Keith, Torkelson, McKinstry, Outman, and Lee. Cam Schlittler getting the start on the mound tonight for the Yankees. 18th start of the season. 8-4 record. 1.62 ERA. Great numbers this year. 20 walks, 118 strikeouts in 100 innings. He is the Yankees leader on the pitching staff in pretty much every category. Wins, ERA, and strikeouts. Yankees look to right the ship here. They're on quite the losing streak here. They were swept by Boston in a 4-game series this past weekend. They're coming in on a 5-game losing streak in this one here tonight. These two teams met just last week in Detroit. Yankees took 2 of 3 in the Motor City before dropping the opener yesterday in this series. On a sun-drenched Tuesday evening in the Bronx, New York, as the Tigers and Yankees set to square off on this Tuesday evening. Do want to mention that probably after the third inning is probably when I am going to have an announcement during this game tonight. I would say I'm probably going to announce that. It's going to be after the third inning, I think, when I make that announcement tonight about my future live streams. So I will make a mention of that after the third inning tonight on what that announcement is going to be. We are just about set for some baseball on this Tuesday night. Going to have some Major League Baseball live streams for you this weekend over the 4th of July holiday. Don't know what the game... Well, I know one of them. I'm going to have the Cardinals and Cubs on the live stream on the 4th of July night. And then have at least one game, possibly 2 games on Sunday. We'll play by ear as to what those games are going to be. Game or games. But the Yankees trying to right things here, as I know they do have a lot of players on the injured list right now. Yankees Jazz Chisholm is listed as day-to-day. Ryan McMahon and Trent Grisham both on the 10-day injured list. And Giancarlo Stanton as well is on the 10-day injured list. A warm one, 88 degrees at first pitch tonight between the Tigers and Yankees. Umpiring crew in this one, Mike Estabrook behind the plate calling the balls and strikes, Lance Barrett over at first base, Malachi Moore at second base, and Alfonso Marquez, who called the balls and strikes last night. He's going to be over at third base. Yankees enter the night a game and a half behind the first place Tampa Bay Rays in the American League East. Tigers come in next to last in the American League Central. Despite being 13 games under 500, they're only 9 out. So if they can get on a little bit of a roll here, they can get back in the thick of things in the American League Central. As 2 weeks from tonight is the All-Star game. On a nearly full schedule tonight in Major League Baseball. Keep you updated on what's going on around Major League Baseball and around the sports world tonight. We will run down the full scoreboard later. Wimbledon underway as well over there just outside of London. Little late starting for whatever reason. So looks like we're about finally set here. Kevin McGonigal to be the leadoff batter tonight for the Tigers. McGonigal coming in with a .284 average, 6 home runs, 30 runs batted in. This Tigers team, just a .236 team batting average this season. Yankees have really seen their team batting average drop during this 5-game losing streak. They're now hitting just .238 as a team. Anybody that's into the betting tonight, the over-under run line for tonight is 7. Beg your pardon, 7.5. As Cam Schlittler finishing up his warm-up tosses as the crowd still filing in at Yankee Stadium on a toasty Tuesday evening. I'm here in the Midwest. It's been a toasty week here as well so far. Yankees coming in on a 5-game losing streak. They are desperately trying to break tonight. Here we go. McGonigal to lead it off. McGonigal, one of the, if not the favorite for American League Rookie of the Year at this point. Here we go, underway on this Tuesday night, ball one. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's foul, and that'll even the count of ball and a strike. One is foul, and the count will move to 1-2 on McGonigal. One-two pitch, called, strike three, and that's how this one begins. McGonigal takes a called third strike. And the batter will be Dylan Dingler. Dingler hitting .262, 19 home runs, 59 runs batted in. Tigers leader in both the home run and RBI category. And a pitch is right there for strike one. Strike one pitch on the way, hit foul, and Dingler now on the hole 0-2. Two-strike pitch to Dingler is in the air to right center. And getting under it is Spencer Jones for the catch, and that is out number 2 here in the Tigers' first inning. Bringing up Kerry Carpenter. Carpenter hitting .236 on the year. He's got 12 home runs. He's drove in 35. Pitch to Carpenter. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch to Carpenter. Carpenter sends this one in the air deep right center field, and that is going to be caught, or is it? Did Jones catch that? Carpenter's running around the bases and it's a home run. I thought Jones caught it, but it doesn't look like he did. And it's a Carpenter home run to make it 1-0. Home run number 13 on the year. Oh, Jones had it, and then it fell out of his glove and over the fence. Oh, Jones did have it, but it came out of his glove and dropped on the other side of the fence. Wow. Just could not corral it. So it's 1-0 Tigers. Riley Green, the batter. And it's a 2-0 count. Green, a .285 hitter, 9 home runs, 34 runs batted in. And takes a strike here, 2-1. Two 2-1 pitch is hit foul. Count goes to 2-2. Spencer Jones, nearly a home run robbing catch of Green. Or excuse me, of Carpenter. And now Riley Green, this is going to be a no-doubt home run into the second deck in right field. And the Tigers go back-to-back here in the first. Riley Green's 10th home run of the year, RBI number 35. 2-0 here in the first. And now Colt Keith will be the batter. .248 hitter, 5 home runs. He's drove in 18. So the Tigers go back-to-back here in the first. Strike one pitch is upstairs. Counts even 1-1. One pitch is outside, and that will move the count to 2-1. Comes the 2-1. Hit foul, and the count goes even now, 2-2. Two pitch on the way to Colt Keith. And here it is. Hit foul. Keith stays alive. Games between these two teams tonight and tomorrow is the final time these teams meet in the regular season. Keith goes up the middle for a base hit. That almost took the head off of Schlittler as it came back up the middle. And 3 consecutive hits for the Tigers with 2 outs. Brings up Spencer Torkelson. Torkelson hitting just .214 on the season. 13 homers, 35 runs batted in. Cam Schlittler got the first 2 outs pretty easily here in the first, but has run into trouble since. Pitch to Torkelson is on the inside corner, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch is foul, and now Torkelson's in an 0-2 hole. 0-2 pitch to Spencer Torkelson. Upstairs, 1-2. "24th pitch of the inning for Cam Schlittler. Trying to desperately finally get out of this first inning. And the 1-2 pitch is foul. Count remains 1-2. One-two pitch. Torkelson fouls it back. Again, stays alive. Here comes another 1-2 pitch to Torkelson. Inside, 2-2. Two-two pitch to Torkelson. And here it is. And it's foul. This is a heck of a battle between Schlittler and Torkelson. That may have got a piece of... Yeah, it did. That was right off the mask of the catcher, Sanchez. Another 2-2 pitch to Torkelson. 9th pitch of the at-bat. 7th pitch of the at-bat. Excuse me. And that's another foul. No, that was the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Another 2-2. Bounced foul again. What a battle. This will be the 30th pitch of the first inning for Cam Schlittler. The pitch. Torkelson rips it. Deep left field, and that one is gone. The third home run of the first inning for the Tigers. This a 2-run shot as Torkelson sees an 11-pitch at bat and parks the 11th pitch of the at bat into the left field bleachers. 4-0 Tigers in the first. And out comes pitching coach Matt Blake out to the mound. Seventh batter of the inning coming up here for the Tigers. Zach McKinstry takes ball one. McKinstry hitting just 197, 3 home runs. He's drove in 14. McKinstry fouls off the 1-0 to even the count 1-1. One is foul, and the count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch is foul, out of play. One-two pitch, upstairs, 2-2. Two-two pitch is off the end of the bat into center. And the catch is made by Jones to finally end the inning. But the Tigers, with 4 on a 3-home run top of the first inning. Solo shots back-to-back by Carpenter and Green, and a 2-run shot for Torkelson. 4-0 Detroit, with the Yankees coming up in the bottom of the first. So when you're mired in a 5-game losing streak, this is definitely not the start you need to try to get out of that. And Cam Schlittler had a 36-pitch first inning. An 11-pitch at bat to Torkelson before he finally parked the home run to left. Yankees hitting in the bottom of the first. Here is their batting order. Leading off will be first baseman Paul Goldschmidt, batting second. And playing third base, Ahmed Rosario. Hitting third and DHing tonight for the Yankees, Ben Rice in the cleanup spot. Right fielder, Jason Dominguez. Batting fifth and at shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Batting sixth and playing second base tonight for the Yankees, Jose Caballero. Batting seventh and playing center field, Spencer Jones. In the number 8 spot is left fielder Max Schumann. And rounding out the batting order, batting ninth and catching tonight for the Yankees, Ali Sanchez. So again, the batting order for the Yankees, Goldschmidt, Rosario, Rice, Dominguez, Volpe, Caballero, Jones, Schumann, and Sanchez. The batting order tonight for the Yankees. And Tarek Skubal on the mound tonight for the Tigers. Well, he couldn't ask for a better way to start before he throws a pitch. He already has a 4-run cushion. Skubal, not nearly the same numbers as he put up last couple seasons. That's the 11th start of the year, 3-4, 3.32 ERA. Still great strikeout to walk ratio. 8 walks, 66 strikeouts in 59 2/3 innings. 1 loss record, just not there, though. As the Yankees will bat in the bottom of the first inning, Paul Goldschmidt to lead it off against Skubal, and the first pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. Goldschmidt hitting .284 on the season, 14 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Strike 1 pitch from Skubal's outside. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One is outside. 2-1. Skubal's 2-1 is in the air. Shallow left center field, and going back on it is the shortstop McKinstry, and he's got it for the first out. And it'll bring up Ahmed Rosario. .258 hitter, 8 home runs, 26 runs batted in for Rosario. Pitch to Rosario. Is a strike. 0-1 pitch. Rosario breaks his bat and grounds it to short and is thrown out at first for out number 2. Bases empty, 2 outs for the Yankees here at the bottom of the first, bringing up Ben Rice. Rice hitting .269, 22 home runs, 53 runs batted in. The Yankees leader in pretty much every offensive category. Ball 1 low. .1-0 pitch is a little high. Check swing to third. No swing. Says the third base umpire. It's 2-0. .2-0 pitch. There's a strike. 2-1. .2-1 pitch from Skubal. That is hit well. Deep right field. And Ben Rice has just sent one out. His 23rd of the year. 4 home runs combined between the two teams here in the first inning, and that makes it 4-1. Home run number 23 for Rice. RBI number 54. It may be a game of the long balls tonight. Jason Dominguez steps up. Ball 1. Dominguez on the year hitting .209. He's got 3 home runs. He's drove in 8. Pitch to Dominguez. In the air to left. This one's going to stay in the park, though. And the catch made by Green to end the bottom of the first. But a Ben Rice home run gets the Yankees on the board. Inning in the books in the Bronx. Tigers lead at 4-1. Well, the Tigers went deep 3 times in the top of the first. Yankees with 1 home run in the bottom of the first. As we had a offense-filled first inning. Tigers sent 7 men to the plate in that first inning against Cam Schlittler, and Schlittler a 36-pitch top of the first. It's going to be James Outman leading off the second for the Tigers. Outman playing in his 15th game for the Tigers since being traded from Minnesota. Couple of home runs for Outman since coming over. As we hit the top of the second inning in the Bronx. Other scores. White Sox had a 7-run top of the third in Baltimore. White Sox lead the Orioles 8-1. Texas and Cleveland tied at 2, bottom of the fourth. Phillies have grabbed a 2-0 lead on the Pirates, top of the fourth. Mets and Blue Jays, Cardinals and Braves scoreless. Red Sox have grabbed an early 1-0 lead on the Nationals. Those are the games currently in progress. Here's Outman up at the plate. First pitch, top 2, is a foul ball left side for strike 1. Overall numbers on the year for Outman: 168 average, couple home runs, 8 driven in. 0-1 misses high, a ball and a strike. One pitch, strike 2. Comes the 1-2 upstairs, 2-2. Two pitch upstairs, full count. If you're hearing some banging in the background, that's neighbors feel it's fireworks time. And they're kind of right behind me, so if you hear the loud bangs in the background, that's what that is. Schlittler steps off for a moment prior to the 3-2 pitch. And now ready. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Outman strikes out for the first out here in the top of the second. And Hao-Yu Lee will be the batter. Lee hitting .258 on the year. He's got 3 home runs. He's drove in 13. Strike 1. And now we're going to first ABS challenge of the night as Lee is challenging that strike call. Let's see if he's right. He is. As the pitch is a ball. By 0.6 of an inch. So it's 1-0 to count on Lee. Swing and a miss. Counts even 1-1. One pitch. There's a swing and a miss. And the count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch from Schlittler to Lee upstairs, 2-2. Two pitch and check swing. No swing, says the first base umpire. And that will fill the count. Payoff pitch right down the middle. Lee looks at strike 3. I don't know what he was looking for there, but it sure wasn't that pitch. 2 down in the inning. And we're back to the top of the order. Kevin McGonigal struck out to lead off the game. And takes a strike here. Strike one pitch is low. Another check swing. As they appeal over to third, no swing, says Alfonso Marquez there at third base. One pitch. That's into left field. Giving it a pretty good ride, but at the warning track, the catch is made by Schumann, and a much better second inning for Schlittler as he retires the Tigers 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the second in the Bronx. Tigers lead at 4-1. Be Anthony Volpe to lead it off here in the bottom of the second for the Yankees. Volpe, a .246 hitter. He's got one home run. He's drove in 13. Again, the Yankees coming into the night a game and a half behind the first place Rays in the American League East. Tigers come in 13 games under 500, but still just 9 out in the AL Central. I know 9 sounds like a lot, but we saw what Cleveland did in the American League Central last year. Coming back from a September, what was that? September, beginning of September, 13 games or something like that back in late August. So here's Volpe to lead it off in the bottom of the second. First pitch, bottom 2 is a strike. Oh, 1 pitch, swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. 0-2 pitch. That's a line foul right side. Count stays 0-2. Another 0-2 pitch. That's bounced foul left side. And we'll do it again. Another 0-2 swing and a miss. Volpe went after a low one and strikes out. So one down here in the bottom of the second, and it'll bring up Jose Caballero. .249 hitter, 8 home runs, 28 runs batted in. And the first pitch is ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That's fouled back, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. 1-1 pitch misses outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Two-one pitch. Check swing foul right side, 2-2. Two-two pitch hit foul, stays alive, 2-2. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by Skubal. Two down here in the bottom of the second, and it will bring up Spencer Jones. Jones hitting .235, couple home runs. He's drove in 7. Spencer Jones looked like he had robbed a home run from Carpenter in the first inning, but the ball came out of his glove and dropped over the fence. He's down here 0-1. Skubal's 0-1 pitch is on the ground to first. And taking it himself to the bag is Torkelson, and the Yankees down 1-2-3 in the second. On to the third in the Bronx on a Tuesday night. Tigers lead at 4-1. Going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Dingler, Carpenter, and Green. In the top of the third. These two teams meet for the third and final game of the series and the sixth and final time for the season tomorrow afternoon at 1:35. Pitching matchup in the finale tomorrow. Troy Melton for the Tigers and Will Warren, the scheduled starter on the mound for the Yankees. A lot of afternoon games on the schedule tomorrow, with being getaway day for a lot of teams. As we are set to begin the top of the third inning. First pitch, top 3, lined into left for a base hit. Dingler starts off the third with a leadoff single to left. Brings up Kerry Carpenter, who hit the first of the 3 Tiger home runs in the first. Carpenter, the one that had it go off of Jones's glove and over the fence, where it appeared that Jones had robbed a home run ball, but just could not keep it in his glove. Strike one here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's hit into left field, but right at the left fielder Schumann for the first out. Carpenter retired this time, and he'll bring up Riley Green. Green hit the second of the back-to-back home runs in the first. That was a shot to the second deck in right field. Pitch downstairs, ball one. One 1-0 pitch, and that is hit a ton to right, and he has just gone deep again. For the second time in the game, Riley Green with the home run. This a 2-run shot to right, and it is 6-1. Right into the bullpen there in right center field. Riley Green came into this game with 9 home runs on the season. He's hit 2 in his first 2 at-bats tonight. Strike one to Colt Keith. Oh, 1 pitch is downstairs. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One. Right there at the knees for strike 2, 1-2. One-two pitch is hit foul. Count stays 1-2. One-two pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Schlittler with a strikeout of Keith. Strike one to Spencer Torkelson, who hit the 2-run home run in the first. The third of the 3 home run barrage in the first for the Tigers. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2. Payoff pitch, check, swing, went around, strike 3. Torkelson strikes out. That does it for the Tigers, but a 2-run home run by Riley Green, his second home run of the night, extends the Tiger lead now to 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the third. Yankees will have 8, 9, and 1 due up. Schumann, Sanchez, and Goldschmidt. Six hits tonight for the Tigers. 4 of them have been home runs. Schlittler coming into this game had only given up 6 home runs for the entire season. He's given up 4 in 3 innings tonight. So it'll be Max Schumann to lead it off here in the bottom of the third for the Yankees. Schumann hitting .200 on the year. He's got a home run. He's drove in 4. Yankees chasing the Rays in the American League East. Royals have jumped out to a 1-0 lead on the Rays, top 2 in Kansas City. So Tarek Skubal back to the hill here. And he now has a little bit extra cushion. Now a 5-run lead for the Tigers. First pitch, bottom 3, is hit to left, but foul. Strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Strike 2. And it's 0-2. Time called prior to the 0-2 pitch from Schumann. Time called from Schumann prior to the 0-2. Strike 2 pitch is a bouncer foul, and the count stays 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch downstairs, 1-2. One-two pitch downstairs, 2-2. Two just missed outside, and that will run the count full. Payoff pitch is in the air to right. And Kerry Carpenter makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the third. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Sanchez. Ali Sanchez in his 13th game, hitting .286, drove in 3, strike 1 on the outside corner. A 1 pitch is foul. Count moves to 0-2. Strike 2 pitch from Skubal outside, 1-2. One, two. That is foul. Count remains 1-2. One, two. Way high. 2-2. Two pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sanchez strikes out for the second out. Back to the top of the order in Goldschmidt with the bases empty and 2 outs. Goldschmidt popped out his first time up, takes high here, ball 1. One 0 pitch. Downstairs, it's 2-0. That hits the outside corner for a strike. 2-1. That's foul back, and that'll even the count 2-2. Two pitch on the way to Goldschmidt. Got him. Skubal strikes out Goldschmidt. Skubal retires the Yankees 1-2-3 in the third, on to the fourth. Tigers lead it 6-1. Bottom third of the Tigers order due up in the top of the fourth inning. Six runs, 6 hits for the Tigers. 4 of those 6 hits home runs. 1 run, 1 hit for the Yankees. That 1 hit, the Ben Rice home run. 5 combined home runs between the teams through the first 3 innings of this one as we head to inning number 4. Had to get the light turned on. Sorry about that. White Sox have added to their lead on Baltimore. They now lead 9-1, bottom of the 4th inning. White Sox, who have had disastrous seasons, had disastrous season 2 years ago, set the all-time season loss record 2 seasons ago, improved last year, And they're right in the thick of the well, at least the wild card race this year. As we are 2 weeks away from the All-Star game, which is 2 weeks from today. That will be in Philadelphia this year. Oh, I forgot. I was going to make my announcement after the third inning, wasn't I? I completely forgot. Well, we're halfway through the inning now. I will make that announcement at the half inning break. I completely forgot. It's going to be a rather uneventful announcement for a lot of people, but still an announcement that I want to make, which I promise I'll do after this half inning. I completely forgot. Top four here in the Bronx. 6-1 lead for the Tigers. First pitch, top four. McKinstry sends in the air to left. And one pitch and one out as Schumann squeezes it here for the first out in the top of the fourth. Brings up Outman. Strikeout victim his first time up. Pitch to Outman upstairs, ball one. One 0 pitch misses outside. It's 2-0. Two 0 hit foul. Counts now 2-1. Two 1 pitch. Misses, and that'll move the count to 3-1. Yankees are challenging that last ball call, and they're right. It is a strike. So both teams have challenged once, and both teams have had a successful ABS challenge. 2-2 pitch outside. That'll fill the count 3-2. Bases empty, one out, top of the fourth. Hao-Yu Lee is on deck. 3-2 pitch, ripped foul right side. Count stays 3-2. Payoff pitch. That's hit foul. Still 3-2. Another 3-2 payoff pitch, ball four, and Outman draws a one-out walk. And Hao-Yu Lee will step up. He took a called strike three his first time up. Pitch to Lee inside, ball one. One 0 pitch from Schlittler is inside. 2-0 now to Lee. Top of the order, McGonigal on deck. Two-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1 now, the count on Lee. Two-one pitch outside, 3-1. Three-one pitch is in the air to center. Playable out there, just shy of the warning track. Catches made by Jones for the second out. Top of the order, McGonigal. And takes ball one. Yankee bullpen starting to get busy. As the 1-0 pitch misses outside, it's 2-0. Tim Hill is loosening for the Yankees in the bullpen. McGonigal's 0 for 2 in this game. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That is hit in the air to center. Jones will have a play on it in front of the warning track. He's got it, and the Tigers are done in the fourth. They strand one with the walk. Bottom of the fourth from the Bronx, 6-1. Tigers lead the Yankees. Yankees will send 2, 3, and 4. Rosario, Rice, and Dominguez up in the bottom of the fourth. To that announcement I was going to make before I forget again. I was trying to do some WNBA live streams this year. I'd done 3. I was trying to get the WNBA involved in my live stream mix. After, of course, you all know the controversy last week with the non-foul called upgrade to a flagrant 2 foul in that Phoenix Mercury Indiana Fever game last week. WNBA had a chance to smooth things out this week, calling out that foul. When I cover these leagues on my live stream, I'm a big sports guy, obviously, because I do all sports on here. The only thing I ask for in a sports league is consistency. WNBA had a chance to sort of smooth things out this week and make things right. Instead, you got basically silence and listening to some of these so-called experts on what their takes are on the situation from last week. I have decided the WNBA, I am not going to continue to support a league that has no desire to change. All I ask for, like I said, is consistency and not being corrupt. The comments / non-comments this week. WNBA obviously has no desire to change how they are. Therefore, WNBA live streams on my page are going to immediately stop. I am not going to continue to support a league that has no desire to change the way they are. However you want to take that. So, for the foreseeable future, indefinitely, WNBA is off my live stream. I am not going to continue to support that league in the situation it is in right now. If they want to change things down the road, I'll reevaluate at that time. But until then, for the foreseeable future, I am done with WNBA on my live stream. That's the announcement. Bottom four here. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Ahmed Rosario to lead it off. And the pitch is high, ball one. And I want to make one more point on that WNBA thing. I'm saying this as someone that is not a true blood individual fan of any certain individual. I have always said I am not going to devote myself to one certain individual, no matter what sport. So I have no, as the 1-1 here is foul, I have no, can't think of the word I'm looking for, tightness or whatever to any one individual or any non-tightness to any individual. I'm just saying that as a neutral person. Here's the 1-2 pitch downstairs, 2-2. Skubal only had 47 pitches so far into the 4th inning. And the 2-2 pitch swing and a miss. Strike 3. Rosario went after a low one. That's strikeout number 5 tonight for Tarik Skubal, and it will bring up Ben Rice, who has the only Yankees offense tonight. 2-out solo home run in the 1st. Skubal's pitch to Rice right down the middle, strike 1. Oh, 1 swing and a miss. Rice, that was a weak swing there as he went after a low one. Skubal ahead of Rice, 0-2. Rice's home run in the 1st inning, his 23rd of the year. Strike 2 pitch. Hit foul. Rice will stay alive. Here's another 0-2. That is right there for strike 3 as Rice watches it go by. Half dozen strikeouts now for Skubal, and it will bring up Jason Dominguez with the bases empty and 2 outs. Dominguez flew out to left his first time up. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch is foul, and that will run the count to 0-2. See if we see Schlittler back out there for the 5th, or if his night will be done after 4 innings. Strike 2 pitch. Hit foul. Count stays 0-2. Oh, 2's upstairs, 1-2. Now the count. To Dominguez. Cleanup hitter tonight in the Yankees lineup. One, two. That's low and outside. 2-2. Now time called prior to the 2-2 pitch as Dingler going out to have a word with his pitcher. Texas has taken the lead over Cleveland, and looking at some of these scores around the league, Texas now leads Cleveland 3-2, bottom 7. Finally have a score in the Mets-Blue Jays game. Mets have scored to take a 1-0 lead. Top of the 5th in Toronto. 2-2 pitch now outside. That'll fill the count, 3-2. Red Sox still lead the Nationals 1-0, bottom 4. Payoff 3-2 pitch from Skubals, fouled back. This is a good at-bat here. As Dominguez hanging in. Skubal asking for a new baseball prior to the payoff pitch. And the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Dominguez strikes out. Skubal strikes out the side in the 4th. We move to the 5th in the Bronx. 6-1 Detroit. The Rays have broke loose in Kansas City. A 6-run 3rd inning for Tampa Bay. Rays lead 6-1, top 3 over the Royals. Twins put up 3 in the top of the 1st in Houston. Twins lead 3-0. Astros batting Twins are still batting top of the 1st. Two, 3, and 4 hitters due up here for the Tigers in the 5th. Dingler, Carpenter, and Green. Let's get you updated on the World Cup scoreboard. Norway, a winner earlier today, 2-1 over the Ivory Coast. Norway advancing to the round of 16. France, a 3-0 shutout of Sweden to advance. And coming up here in just over 30 minutes, Mexico and Ecuador. Trip to the round of 16. The United States has their round of 32 game tomorrow. 8 o'clock Eastern time, they will be taking on Bosnia-Herzegovina. That game will be at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Other games tomorrow, England and the Congo, and Belgium and Senegal. As the World Cup now into the round of 32. We head to the top of the 5th inning, 6-1 Detroit. First pitch, ball 1 outside to Dingler. Dingler has singled and flown out tonight. Cam Schlittler back out there to at least start the 5th. Now 82 pitches. 1-0 pitch, Dingler fouls back, and that'll leave him the count, a ball and a strike. Comes the 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. Dingler looks in, and the pitch. Dingler sends a fly ball into left center field. That's going to carry. That's going to hit off the wall. Dingler rounding first and is in at second with a stand-up double. Boy, Dingler just missed a home run. But he does get a leadoff double to start the 5th for the Tigers. Brings up Kerry Carpenter. Carpenter homered in the first and lined out his last at bat, and Cam Schlittler has just thrown his last pitch of the night, as he will exit after 4+ innings. Not a game that Cam Schlittler is going to want to keep high on his list, as he's going to want to throw this one to the bag. It was not his night tonight. 4+ innings. Yep, 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk and 5 strikeouts, but gave up 4 home runs as he threw 85 pitches. We saw Tim Hill warming in the bullpen earlier, but it's going to be Ryan Yarbrough coming in to pitch for the Yankees. Yarbrough coming on for the 21st time. No record, 3.94 ERA. 14 walks, 25 strikeouts in 32 innings. As I mentioned, we'll have Major League Baseball action for you on the live stream coming up over the 4th of July weekend. We'll at least have the Cardinals-Cubs game Saturday evening for you. And then 1, possibly 2 games on Sunday. Don't know what those Sunday game or games will be yet. Up in the air, I'll try to be on tomorrow night for that Reds-Brewers game. That's up in the air for tomorrow, but if I do come on for the live stream tomorrow, it will be that Reds-Brewers National League Central matchup. Here it is 6-1 Detroit, and a call to the bullpen here for the Yankees as Yarbrough in to face Kerry Carpenter. And the pitch fouled away, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Reaching for that one was Carpenter, and he sends it into left field. Schumann there for the catch for out number 1. Dingler will hold at second. And it'll bring up Riley Green, who all he's done in his first 2 at-bats tonight is hit 2 home runs. Now he'll face Yarbrough for the first time. Ball 1. Colt Keith is on deck. 1-0 pitch. Ripped into right, and that's going to be caught out there by Dominguez. Riley Green hit it right on the dot again, but right at Dominguez in right field for the second out. So Dingler, who hit a leadoff double, now with 2 outs, is still standing at second base with Colt Keith the batter. Keith is 1 for 2, singled and struck out in this game. Pitch fouled away for strike 1. Tigers trying to capitalize on the leadoff double here in the 5th. Strike 1 pitch. That just missed the outside corner. Ball and a strike. See if the Yankees were going to challenge that call, but they do not. One pitch. Keith hits it. We're going to call that a foul ball. He bounced it back to the pitcher, but home plate umpire must have said it hit Keith in the batter's box, I guess, prior to it rolling out there toward the pitchers, but it's a foul ball. And Keith calls time prior to the 1-2 pitch. Comes the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Two pitch to Keith. That's bounced back to the mound. Yarborough underhand throw to first, and the Tigers squander the leadoff double by Dingler. Midway point in this one, 6-1 Detroit. 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Yankees due up. Volpe, Caballero, and Jones. In the bottom of the fifth, do have another announcement. This is an announcement I make usually every game. I just failed to make this announcement tonight. If you follow along on the line score that I have on the screen, I'm going to be about a pitch or two behind where it is due to YouTube TV, who's my TV provider, having that built-in delay. So I am going to be pitch and a half behind the action that shows up on the line score. I do try to point that out every game I do. I failed to mention that when I came on tonight. So if any new viewers, if you follow along on the line score and wonder why it's different than what I say, that's why. I've tried to take that delay off, but every time I do, it starts buffering real bad. So that's why I don't do it anymore, or don't attempt to anymore. Tarek Skubal will go back to work here in the bottom of the fifth, trying to get through this half inning to be eligible for the win. Looking at that updated scoreboard, White Sox still leading the Orioles. It's 9-3 now, though, bottom of the sixth. Phillies have added to their lead on the Pirates. It's now 3-0, bottom 7 in Philadelphia. Site of the All-Star game coming up 2 weeks from tonight. There at Citizens Bank Park. Texas 4, Cleveland 2, bottom of the 8th on the banks of Lake Erie. Mets still lead the Blue Jays 1-0, bottom 5. Red Sox still up on the Nationals 1-0, top 5. 6-1 Detroit here. First pitch, bottom 5, is fouled for strike 1. Volpe struck out his first time up in this game. He bunts it right back to Skubal, though, and the throw to first in plenty of time to retire Volpe. He tried the bunt there, but bunted it a little too hard as he bunted it right back to Skubal. That's 11 in a row now retired for Skubal since that 2-out first inning home run by Ben Rice. Strike 1 here on the first pitch of the at-bat to Ben Rice. Or, to Caballero, I had Ben Rice on my mind with the home run. Caballero, the batter. 1-1 swing and a miss. 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Hit foul. Count stays 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Foul back again. 1-2 pitch. And did he go around? Yes, he did. That pitch was low. But Caballero went around too far, and it's the 8th strikeout for Skubal. Brings up Spencer Jones with the bases empty and 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Jones grounded out his first time up. Back in the second inning. 0-1 misses high, 1-1. One is a foul ball. Counts now 1-2. One-two pitch. He got him. Skubal with his 9th strikeout. That retires the Yankees in the 5th. We head to the 6th at Yankee Stadium. Still 6-1 Detroit. Tigers will have Torkelson, McKinstry, and Outman, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Due up here in the top of the 6th. Six runs, 7 hits for the Tigers. They've stranded 2 runners on base. 1 run, 1 hit for the Yankees. They haven't stranded anybody on base, as Skubal's retired 13 hitters in a row since that Rice 2-out home run in the first. Torkelson to lead it off in the 6th. Homered in the first and struck out in the 3rd. If this score and the Rays score hold, Rays are leading in Kansas City 6-3, top of the fourth. As the first pitch, top six is low. If the Yankees do not come back here, and if the Rays hang on to beat the Royals, the Yankees are going to fall 2.5 back of Tampa Bay in the American League East. 1-0 is outside. It's now 2-0. Now, of course, this is going to be a different Yankees team when they get all these players off the injured list back. Two-0 pitch is ripped into left field for a base hit. Torkelson has his second hit of the game. A leadoff single here in the sixth. It'll bring up Zach McKinstry, who's had a couple flyouts in this game. That's hit foul for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch is on the ground to second. And the throw to second is wild as it gets thrown into left field. Torkelson will head to third. McKinstry will be at second. That's going to be a throwing error. That's one you obviously, hindsight and foresight, that's one you probably just take the sure out at first base there. Caballero was way off balance when he fired that ball to second base and missed Volpe and threw it into left field. That'll be an E4. And now the first pitch, Outman sends to right, and Outman sends it out for a 3-run home run. And the Tigers have busted this thing open, as it is now 9-1 Tigers in the sixth. Outman with his third home run of the season, all since coming over to Detroit in that trade from Minnesota. Fifth home run for the Tigers tonight. Hao-Yu Lee takes strike one. Lee hits it foul, and that'll move the count to 0-2. Hit to the shortstop. Volpe throw to first in time, and that's the first out here in the top of the sixth inning. Back to the top of the order now in McGonigal. Strike one. McGonigal has flown out twice and struck out. Swing and a miss here. It's 0-2. 0-2 pitch. McGonigal takes low. It's now 1-2. One-two pitch. Hit foul. Count stays 1-2. One-two downstairs. 2-2. Two outside, full count, 3-2. Dylan Dingler on deck. 3-2 payoff pitch. In the air to right. Running over, Dominguez makes the catch along the foul line for the second out. Here's Dingler. He's doubled and singled in this game. In the air to right on the first pitch. Dominguez makes the catch to end the inning, but the Tigers plate 3 more on the 3-run home run by Outman, and it is now 9-1 Tigers as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 8, 9, and 1 in the Yankees order due up. Schumann, Sanchez, and Goldschmidt here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Five Tigers home runs tonight. 5 of their 9 hits have been for the long ball. Tarek Skubal. "72 pitches through 5 innings. So on we go here, bottom 6. Yankees with a lot of work to do. First pitch fouled back, strike 1. 0-1 pitch downstairs, 1-1. One way. Oh, I hit him. That is the first Yankees base runner since the Rice homer in the first. A hit batter to lead off the sixth. And the batter will be Sanchez. Strikeout victim his first time up. 9 Ks tonight for Tarek Skubal. Sanchez swings and misses for strike one. A 1 is high, 1-1. Skubal's 1-1 pitch. Bounced foul, third base side. Count goes to 1-2. Lineup will reset to the top of the order. Goldschmidt next. Skubal's 1-2 pitch. Bounce to short. Right under the glove of the shortstop McKinstry, and up to third base goes Schumann. It's runners at the corners with nobody out for the Yankees here in the sixth, trying to start a rally. That went right under the glove of McKinstry and into left center field. The top of the order, Paul Goldschmidt will be the batter. Dingler again going out to have a word with his pitcher. Gave Sanchez a hit on that, so that's just the second hit of the game for the Yankees. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Goldschmidt has a pop out and a strikeout tonight. Pitch on the way to Goldschmidt. Strike one. It's the 80th pitch of the game for Skubal, that last pitch. The 0-1. That's on the ground to short. They'll go to second, one on to first, double play. Run does come in to score, but the Tigers will definitely take that trade. Schumann scores, no RBI on the double play, and it's 9-2. And Ahmed Rosario will be the batter. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch, check swing, no swing. Says the first base umpire, Lance Barrett. 1-1 is low. 2-1. 2-1 hit foul, and the count's now 2-2. Two. Downstairs, full count. Payoff pitch. Popped up. Foul territory. It is playable and caught by Torkelson to end the inning. Yankees get one, but still trail 9-2 as we head to the seventh. Tigers will have Carpenter, Green, and Keith due up here in the top of the seventh inning. Well, a couple of news from the NBA. The Clippers have traded Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. Leonard going back to Toronto, where he helped the Raptors win an NBA championship back in 2019. So Kawhi Leonard headed back to the Raptors. In exchange, the Clippers will get Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, unprotected first-round picks in 2031 and 2033. A first-round, they swap draft picks next year. And the Clippers will also get 2 second-round picks. So Kawhi Leonard back to Toronto. And LeBron James has informed the Los Angeles Lakers that he will not be back as he plans to play elsewhere in 2026-2027. It will be his 24th year in the league. So we'll see where LeBron James ends up coming back from. And the NBA Cup, that in-season tournament that they play there, is moving sites. It's been, I believe they've been playing that championship game in Las Vegas. It is moving next year. The NBA Cup championship will be played at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis in 2020. Well, it'll be 2026. It'll be played December 11th. So Hinkle Fieldhouse going to play host to the NBA Cup next season. That's a couple of other sports stories from the NBA. New pitcher for the Yankees, their third of the night, is going to be Giovanni Cruz. Give you his numbers after this first pitch, which is a strike. Cruz, just his third appearance of the year. He's only pitched 2 1/3 innings. He has 3 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch, that's a strike. And it's quickly 0-2. To Kerry Carpenter, leading it off in the Tiger 7th. Carpenter homered, the first of 3 Tiger home runs back in the first. He's lined out and flown out in his other 2 at-bats since. That was a strikeout, by the way, by Cruz. Sorry, I was looking at the scoreboard. Carpenter strikes out. It brings up Riley Green, who has homered twice in the first and the third, lined out to right his last time. And he strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cruz here in the seventh. And here comes Colt Keith. Apologies, folks, trying to update this scoreboard and lost track of a couple of those at-bats. So Keith the batter with the bases empty and 2 outs. First pitch right down the middle, strike one. Keith 1 for 3 on the night. 0-1 is outside. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch. Right down the middle for strike two. 0-2. Or 1-2, rather. One, two. Swing and a miss. Giovanni Cruz strikes out the side in the seventh. Stretch time in the Bronx. Yankees still trail 9-2. I beg your pardon. That was only the second out. That was... They must have called one of those, the pitch I thought he struck out, must have called that a foul ball or something. So it's only 2 outs. In the air to left. And now the inning is over. 1-2-3 goes Detroit in the seventh. Stretch time. 9-2 Tigers. Three, 4, and 5 hitters for the Yankees due up in the bottom of the seventh. Rice, Dominguez, and Volpe. The Yankees find themselves in a 7-run hole. Got our first final that has rolled in tonight. Texas has defeated Cleveland 4-2. That's good news for the Tigers. They can pick up a game on Cleveland tonight. As I said, the Tigers coming in, they're 13 games under 500, but they were only 9 out coming in. They can run themselves a little bit of a winning streak here. They can get back. They can get back in the running there in the Central. So on we go, bottom half of inning number 7. Ben Rice leads it off. Rice is 1 for 2, had the solo home run back in the first. Tarek Skubal's night is over. Jacob Waspak on to pitch for the Tigers. So Skubal goes 6 innings tonight. Gave up just 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. No walks, 9 strikeouts. Trying to get to 500 on the season. Numbers on Wegspack out for the 7th time. No record, 2.35 ERA. He's walked 2 and struck out 5 in 7 2/3 innings. Yankees down to their last 9 outs to try and come back from a 7-run hole. Tarek Skubal, the pitcher of record on the winning side. Cam Schlittler, the pitcher of record on the losing side. So here's Rice stepping in. First pitch, bottom 7, strike 1. Oh, 1 is low, counts even 1-1. One is upstairs. 2-1. Two one. That's a strike. Counts even 2-2. Two pitch on the way. Called strike 3, and Rice knew it. He started walking back to the dugout before the strike 3 signal was given. One down. And the batter's Dominguez. 0 for 2 tonight for Dominguez. A fly out and a strikeout. Ball 1. One 0 downstairs. 2-0. Two 0. Right there at the knees for strike 1. 2-1. Two 1 is hit foul. That'll even the count 2-2. 2-2 pitch is lined into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Dominguez with his first hit of the game, just the third hit overall for the Yankees tonight. Bring up Volpe. And actually, that's the second hit for the Yankees, and I'll explain the change here momentarily. Volpe fouls it back, strike one. That hit that was hit to the shortstop, I believe it was in the bottom of the sixth inning, that was hit to McKinstry that went under his glove that was originally called a hit. They have gone back on that and now have given McKinstry an error on that. So Sanchez did not get credit for a hit now on that. 1-1 pitch to Volpe, swing and a miss, 1-2. One-two pitch downstairs, 2-2. One, two, or 2-2 rather, outside, and that will fill the count. Two-two or 3-2 pitch, ground to short. The second one on to first, not in time. Fielder's choice 6-4. That's the first out. And Caballero will be the batter. Caballero struck out his previous two at bats. Ball one. One 0 is a strike. 1-1. One pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. One-two pitch hit foul. One-two pitch hit too short. And the short route to second to end the inning. That does it for the Yankees in the seventh. On to the eighth. 9-2 Tigers. Tigers in the 8th inning will have 6, 7, and 8. Torkelson, McKinstry, and Outman. 6 outs away from winning the first 2 of this series to the Yankees and salvaging no less than a season split in the season series with the Yankees. Nationals have grabbed the lead on the Red Sox in Fenway, 2-1, top of the 7th. Cruz back to work here. First pitch, top 8, strike 1. A 1 pitch misses low and outside. 1-1. Torkelson 2 for 3 tonight. He has homered and singled. 1-1 right down the middle for strike 2. One, two, just missed, and now we're going to have an ABS challenge here. Called by Sanchez. He thinks it's strike 3. It's called ball 2. Let's see who's right. Sanchez is right. That's going to be strike 3. And it'll be a strikeout. The McKinstry now the batter. Couple flyouts and a hit into a fielder's choice. First pitch swinging in the air to left. Coming on in left field, and the running grab by Schumann for the second out. Schumann stayed with it right there and able to get a running catch. Bases empty, 2 outs for Outman, who hit a 3-run home run his last time up back in the 6th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss again. It's 0-2. Now the count on Outman. Oh, 2 pitch. Low, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Outman. Bounce to first. And taking it himself to the bag is Goldschmidt, and that'll do it for the Tigers in the 8th. Couple of good, strong innings in relief for Cruz here as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is still 9-2 Detroit. Bottom third of the Yankees order will be due up here in the bottom of the eighth. Jones, Schumann, and Sanchez. Again, the tentative pitching matchup for the final game of this series tomorrow. Troy Melton scheduled to start for the Tigers. Will Warren scheduled to get the start for the Yankees. That is a 1:35 Eastern Time first pitch for the final game of this series tomorrow and the final game in the season series between these two teams. And again, I'll be with you back on the live stream for sure Saturday evening, the 4th of July night, for the Cardinals and the Cubs from Wrigley. Believe that is an 8 o'clock Eastern Time start on that one. Possibly will be on tomorrow night for the Reds and Brewers. That one's up in the air right now. But for sure will be on Saturday for the Cardinals and Cubs live stream. So here we go. Bottom eight, swing and a miss, strike one. A one pitch, that's a strike. And calling for a challenge here is Jones. He thinks it was a little high. We'll see. Nope, it's a strike. So the first unsuccessful ABS challenge of the night. That'll cost the Yankees one of their two ABS challenges. Oh, 0-2 pitch on the way. Outside, 1-2. And now the Tigers are challenging this last ball call. And are not going to win it. Call was correct. So 2 unsuccessful ABS challenges in this at bat, one for each team. And 1-2 is a swing and a miss, so it ends up a strikeout. One down here in the bottom of the eighth inning. Pitch down low for ball one to Schumann. Schumann's flown out and been hit by a pitch. Oh, a 1-0 pitch outside. That'll even the count 1-1. 2-0 pitch in the air to right. That's going to be playable. Just in front of the warning track, Carpenter makes the catch, and there's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Batter will be Sanchez with the bases empty and 2 outs. Sanchez has struck out and hit into a fielder's choice tonight. Ball 1. One 0 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. One is fouled back, and the count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. Downstairs, 2-2. Comes the pitch. Downstairs again. It'll fill the count. Kyle Finnegan loosening in the Tiger bullpen. 3-2 pitch is in the air to right. And the catch made, and the Yankees down in order in the 8th. We go to the 9th. It's all Tigers tonight, 9-2. Tigers will have Lee and then the top of the order, McGonigal and Dingler, scheduled up in the 9th. Leading this one 9-2. Yankees in serious danger of falling 2.5 games behind first place Tampa Bay in the American League East. Yankees down big here. Rays lead 8-3 in Kansas City. Following this, mentioned this will be the final game of the series coming up tomorrow between these two teams. Tigers, after this, will head to Arlington to start a series with the Texas Rangers. Rangers winning tonight in Cleveland 4-2. Yankees will stay at home, continue this homestand, and begin a series with the Minnesota Twins coming up on Friday. Fourth pitcher of the night for the Yankees coming into the game. Jake Bird. Bird on for the 31st time, 1-1 record, 4.62 ERA, 7 walks, 29 strikeouts in 25 and a third innings. First pitch, top 9, strike 1. Lee, the batter, he's 0 for 3 tonight. A strikeout, a flyout, and a groundout. 0-1 is outside. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One is lined into left. That's going to be a base hit. And Lee, with his first hit tonight, 10th of the game for the Tigers. And back to the top of the order, McGonigal. McGonigal, one of the 2 Tigers in the starting batting order that does not have a hit tonight. He's 0 for 4. Struck out, flied out twice, and fouled out. It's this one foul for strike 1. A 1 pitch. That's lined over short and into center field, and the Tigers have the first 2 on here in the 9th. Boy, that was just out of the reach of the leaping Volpe at shortstop. So McGonigal with his first hit of the night. That leaves Zach McKinstry now as the lone Tiger without a base hit. Dylan Dingler, the batter. He's got a couple hits tonight, 2 for 4, a double and a single. He's also flown out twice. Bird's pitch to Dingler's upstairs, ball 1. He's also scored one of the 9 Tigers runs and pops this one up. Infield fly will be in effect here. The catch is made by Bird for the first out. And it'll bring up Kerry Carpenter. Carpenter homered back in the first. 0 for 3 since. A line out, a fly out, and a strikeout after the home run. Carpenter hits it to second. The underhand throw to second, 1 on to first. Double play. 4-6-3 double play. That does it for the Tigers in the 9th. Last chance for the Yankees, bottom 9. They need a big rally, down 9-2. At the top of the order for the Yankees, Goldschmidt, Rosario, and Rice. Due up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. If the Yankees do not rally here, they are going to lose for the 6th straight time. Run down the Major League Baseball scoreboard for you one last time at the conclusion of this game before I sign off for the night. Here's Goldschmidt to lead it off in the bottom of the 9th. Goldschmidt's 0 for 3. He's popped out, struck out, and hit into a double play. New Tigers pitcher here in the bottom of the 9th as well. I'll give you the numbers on new Tiger pitcher following this next pitch. 0-1 is outside, 1-1. Tyler Holton, the new Tigers pitcher, on for the 37th time. One and 4 record, 3.26 ERA as that is hit to first. Underhand throw to Holton covering, and there's one out in the 9th. Holton with 9 walks, 33 strikeouts, and now 39 innings. One out here in the bottom of the 9th, and here's Ahmed Rosario. Ground out, a strikeout, and a foul out for Rosario for this Yankees team that's been held to 2 hits tonight. I had the Yankees Red Sox live stream on my page on Sunday of this past week, and the Yankees were getting no hit through 7 1/3 innings in that game. So their offense has just gone south here over this losing streak. 1-0 pitch misses inside. It's 2-0. Again, their big bat's out. Of course, Judge is out. Grisham's out. You expect the offense to pick up when those guys come back. Chisholm is day-to-day as he suffered that injury last night in that collision going for a fly ball. 2-1 pitch misses. Counts now 3-1. Ben Rice is on deck. And the 3-1 misses inside. Ball 4. There's a 1-out walk to Rosario. Here's Rice. He homered back in the first. Struck out his 2 times since then. Strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Popped up into left field. Riley Green under it, and the Yankees are down to their final out. As Jason Dominguez is the last hope tonight for the Yankees. Dominguez singled his last time up, flied out and struck out his other 2 at-bats. Pitch to Dominguez. Ball 1. One-0 pitch. Right down the middle for strike one, ball and a strike. Taking second without a play is Rosario, so that's going to be catcher's indifference, no stolen base. 1-1 is in the air to right. This should do it. And no, it won't do it as it falls in. Rosario will score. It's going to be an RBI single for Jason Dominguez, and it makes it 9-3. Ooh, Carpenter had it in his glove, but when he fell to the ground, the ball came out. So now Anthony Volpe, the batter, he fouls it back, strike one. So of the 3 hits tonight for the Yankees, Dominguez has 2 of them. Oh, 1 is a strike, and again, the Yankees are down to their final strike. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. Outside, 1-2. One-two pitch, check swing, no swing. 2-2. Two-two pitch, hit foul. Two-two pitch. That's lined over second into right center field for a base hit. Rosario rounding second and heading to third. Or Dominguez, rather, I'm sorry. First and third with 2 outs. And it'll bring up Caballero. Caballero hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. Couple strikeouts and a fielder's choice. So for the first time in the last 4 games, the Yankees have more than 3 hits in a ballgame. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Yankees still need a few base runners yet to give themselves a chance. Strike 1. Yankees do have an ABS challenge left, but they do not use it here. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a strike now. He's calling for it. It is a ball. So Caballero correct on the challenge. Instead of 0-2, it's 1-1. One is low. 2-1. Yankees need to get 3 more base runners on to get the tying run to the plate. 2-1 pitch. Hit foul, and for the third batter in a row, Yankees are down to their final strike. Two-two pitch. Hit foul. Two-two pitch. In the air to right in foul territory. Catch made. And that's your ball game. The Tigers, thanks to 5 home runs tonight, defeat the Yankees 9-3, and the Tigers have taken the first 2 in the Bronx over the Yankees and will try for the series sweep and the season series win over the Yankees tomorrow. 9 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Tigers. They left 3 on base. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Yankees. They also left 3 on base. Win goes to Tarek Skubal. That'll even his record at 4-4. Cam Schlittler with the loss tonight. He falls to 8-5 on the season. Tigers improved to 37-49 overall. Yankees fall to 48-37 and lose their 6th in a row. They will try to snap this losing streak tomorrow with Will Warren on the mound. Took 2 hours, 38 minutes in front of a Yankee Stadium crowd tonight of 37,211. And the Tigers pick up the 9-3 win tonight over the Yankees. Before I sign off for the evening, let's take one more look at the baseball scoreboard. Finals rolling in from earlier. White Sox pick up a 9-3 win over the Orioles. Phillies shut out the Pirates 8-0. Texas 4, Cleveland 2, so the Tigers do pick up a game on Cleveland today. Mets shut out the Blue Jays in Toronto 3-0. Now games in progress at Fenway. Bottom of the 8th inning, Nationals all over the Red Sox tonight, 8-1. Bottom of the 8th inning in Atlanta, Cardinals lead the Braves 5-3. Top of the 8th in Milwaukee, Brewers 6, Reds 2. Possibly will be on tomorrow night for that game between the Reds and Brewers tomorrow in Milwaukee. Bottom of the 7th in Kansas City, Rays lead 10-3 over the Royals, so it looks like the Rays are going to push their lead to 2.5 games in the American League East. Top of the 6th at Wrigley, Cubs lead the Padres 8-3. Bottom 5 in Houston, Astros have taken the lead over the Twins 6-4. Top of the 5th at Coors Field in Denver, Marlins lead the Rockies 5-1. Just underway in Seattle, Angels, Mariners, no score, bottom 1. And just underway, the Dodgers have put up 2 in the top of the 1st inning against the A's to lead 2-0 early. Bottom of the 1st in Arizona, Giants, Diamondbacks, no score. Here the Tigers win at 9-3 over the Yankees. Win the series, and they'll go for the sweep tomorrow. That's going to wrap it for me tonight. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you do like my content, would really appreciate a like and subscribe. Also on Kick, at Sports Kick John. Again, possibly we'll be on tomorrow night for that Reds-Brewers game, but for sure we'll be with you 4th of July, Saturday evening for that game between the National League rival Cardinals and Cubs from Wrigley Field. I believe that is an 8 o'clock Eastern time start, or roughly 8:05. We're out there at Wrigley Fields. We'll definitely be on that one on the 4th of July, and we'll be on for one, possibly two Major League Baseball games on Sunday. One game for sure. Don't know which game or games yet on Sunday. Play that by ear. Appreciate you joining me. Tigers win it 9-3 over the Yankees, and I will talk to you Saturday for sure, if not tomorrow, for that Reds-Brewers game. Appreciate you joining me, everybody. Good night. God bless.